Alright, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are installing the Rogue Engineering Electronic Valve Control Unit. It took about 4 or 5 months before I got it. I ordered it back when I saw it didn't come with the X-pipe that I ordered. That was my mistake because I ordered that I think it was 2 or 3 a.m. and didn't really read through the fine print on which X-pipe I was selecting. So it didn't come with it. I ordered the motor separately and it ended up being 45 months. That's why we're coming in kind of late with this video. But yeah, so this is the electronic valve control unit or motor that comes with the X-pipe. It's going to be pretty awesome because we'll be able to open and close the dump or the cutout on the X-pipe with the switch. So we can go really loud to not so loud, I guess, since the Super Sprint exhaust is pretty loud too. And yeah, let's jump straight into installing this underneath the car and looking at what comes in the package actually with the EVC kit. Alright, so as we just saw, this is actually comes wrapped in bubble wrap. But yeah, this is the motor that'll be going onto the cutout. Pretty simple. This is a turn down so that the exhaust fumes, or since this car shoots flames, it gets turned down into the ground instead of shooting straight out. Underneath the car we got another gasket that we put in between the X-pipe and the motor, and then we have another one that came with the block off plate that we install on the other side where the where this turn down is going to be. So make sure to keep all the parts that you get with the X-pipe. And then the final piece is the switch, which we have to wire into the car, and I'll show you guys how we do that. It's pretty simple and it's not that complicated. It might seem a little bit scary in the beginning, but I'll show you guys how to do it properly. And then we get the instructions, but those are not that useful. Doesn't really describe, or it doesn't give you a lot of information on how to do this job. So yeah, let's get to it. So what we want to do now is put the gasket that came on the cutout block off plate, put that on here, put the motor, put the second gasket that came with the kit on, and then we're gonna put the extended bolts that come with the electric motor kit as well. So those are the steps. They're very simple. I'll record this quickly of me doing this task, and then we'll get to the interesting part, which would be the wiring. And that's going to be the trickiest part of this whole build. Alright, let's just look at how we can install this motor and what the best way would be. I think this would be the best way. This definitely can't fit. Let's see if we can do it like this. Maybe like this as well. But I feel like I kind of intrude on the X-pipe. So we're going to keep the motor off and we're going to put it this way. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the first bolt to kind of secure it in place. I'm going to do the top one, and this should kind of hold it in place for me so I can set up the other two bolts as well, so you guys can see from the big hands. Alright, so this is how it kind of looks. So we got the gasket, we got the motor, we got another gasket, and then we got the turn down. So the turn down kind of faces all the exhaust pulses down towards the ground as well, away from the inside of the cabin, which was also another issue. And then before we tighten it, we want to rotate this motor towards the top, kind of keep it out of the way of the flow on the bottom, and tuck it away as far as possible. So now that we have that, it's going to look like this. I'm going to tighten all of this down off camera, and then we can continue with the wiring, which is going to go behind this heat shield. Alright, so we're in the trunk. We're on the driver's side of the trunk. I actually started taking this off. I'll just put this back on. It's literally 2 seconds. Okay. So this light is the first piece you want to take off. So there's like a little clip, kind of clips in. So it's clipped in now. You squeeze right here, it pops off, and then you can take this off. So it exposes the rear tail light. Now there's a little tab right here, clip, take that off. I took that one off already. And there is one right up there. So we're gonna take that one off, unscrew this, and this can kind of move out of the way. I think I'm gonna also remove this black piece right here, and that way we can properly remove this. And then I'm gonna try to feed the cable in from the top and then hook it up to the controller, and then we're gonna work our way into the cabin. As you can see, switch to blue gloves. Now you know we mean real business with the blue gloves. Alright, this footage might be a little bit grainy, but this is the best we can do because it's pretty dark in the trunk. Alright, so what we ended up doing is I'm gonna have to do this another time. Not enough time to do it today, but it looks like we have to go through that grommet right there to get this portion of the exhaust in through there, and then the wiring we kind of had go through there, up, and then right there I fed the cable through and into the front of the car. So I'm going to take you guys to the front just to show you where we fed it through. But there's like this little foam right there, a little foam piece which feeds this cable through it. Okay, so now that we've gotten the cable into the front portion of the car, we're gonna feed the cable from underneath the front seat and then underneath the carpet into the center console. And once it's in the center console, what I'm planning on doing is hooking up the power to the cigarette lighter that's in the car. So I'm gonna hook that up, it should be fine, and then I'm gonna Dremel out a hole to fit perfectly for the switch. And then we're gonna do that. So those are gonna be the next few steps. I'm gonna do that on a different day because it's really hot right now and it's burning in the car. So I don't want to be in here, and plus I got to take off the whole exhaust to get the heat shield off in the rear, and I don't have enough time to do that today. So the plan is to finish it up a different day, maybe tomorrow or the day after. I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek of one of the mods I've been working on. And this is the CSL front end. It's not the OEM one. It is from Status Grip It, and the reason the video is not up yet is because I'm having fitment issues, as you can tell, right here, right there. We're having fitment issues, and on the other side as well. Sorry about the lighting. Yeah, fitment issues right there. So what happens is we'll put on the front bumper, and it'll fit fine until you bolt it down. There's 2 bolts. Since I had to convert the car from the facelift carbon Kevlar support structure to the pre-facelift support structure, which uses bolts. And so all that's installed, all OEM parts except the front bumper, which is Status Grip It, and I'll go into more in the actual front bumper video of what needs to be done to make this fit and align properly. But if it doesn't fit to my satisfaction, I might actually end up buying an OEM CSL front bumper, which is going to be pretty expensive. But this build is already very expensive, and it'll just be a nice finishing touch since I have the rear, which is OEM. But yeah, we'll see how much we can get to line up properly, and then I'll give you guys an update in that video. So this is just a mini teaser in this video of what's coming next. As I showed you from the top, push down the cable, and then it'll pop out right here. See where the diffuser is on the driver's side? It pops out in that area. You pull it, and then you're gonna have to guide it underneath the heat shield, going right here, underneath all the way to like about right here, almost the middle of the diffuser area, and then you guide it across, and then it pops out right there underneath the heat shield, and then to the X pipe. It's there's no really instructions online on how to do this, and the instructions that came with the X-pipe and the motor are not very clear on how to do it, so hopefully this clears it up, but the instructions really suck on this product. Yeah, now I'm going to cut to the interior and us hooking up the motor and guiding it up to the front seat. Alright, so now that we're in the middle, or inside the car, middle, as you guys saw, we did wire these cables in. Okay, so they're coming in through here. I'm gonna put them underneath the side bolster and then underneath the seat. So what we did is, see how it's coming out right here? We need to get it underneath the side bolster and then underneath the seat. I already pulled up the seat right here, so you just yank it up both sides and then you can move it, slide it forward. And I'm trying to get it underneath here. So the side bolster, see right there, and it's underneath the side bolster. Okay, so I'm in the back seat. The cable we got underneath the carpet, and we kind of had to take apart way more than I was expecting. Alright, it looks even worse from the front because there's so much taken apart, but as you can see, center console's off, it's loose, and then we had to take off the trim piece around the, if you have a manual, it'll be the shift boot or the SMG boot. And then, because I wanted to wire everything into the cigarette lighter, I had to take apart the vent, the trim pieces, the head unit, the AC to get to the cables right here, this one and that one, these two cables, so we can wire in the switch. What happened with mine, my fuse was blown for the cigarette lighter. I didn't even know, so I had to change that. So I had an issue where the switch wasn't working and I didn't know why, but it ended up just being a fuse. So if you have a blown fuse, it might not work. So don't panic if you're doing this. Double check your fuse and see what happened. So this black one is going to go into this brown one right here. So we're going to connect into that or splice it in. And then this red cable is going to go into the red and yellow cable with the black line. So this one's, that's how we're going to connect it into it. And then we just have to put everything back, and everything's going to be ready to go. So I've already tested it out, and I'll do a quick clip from the outside of the motor working on and off. Okay, so the car is fully working now. You guys can see it's working. This is where the switch is. So we drilled open a hole, and it's underneath the armrest, so it's completely hidden. And then this is to close it, and then let's see if we can hear it. If we can hear the change, so that was open, close, and now it's completely closed again. So that's a pretty cool feature. Try to get some drive-by clips. I think, no, actually we've already done that with this exhaust setup, so won't do any sound clips. We'll just put in the old stuff in. Alright, thank you for checking out today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It's going to help the channel a lot. It's going to keep you guys up to date with all the new projects that are coming with the e46 build and then the 1 Series e82 build as well. That's going to be starting up real soon. And I'll see you guys in the next one.